Hi, and welcome back to Let's Win XCOM Long War. I'm Phwop, and we have a full roster of interceptors ready to take down this small UFO. Generally, you only get about 2 chances to go after it, and we are going to stack some kills. Kills stack. This is Long War Basic, but kills stack up to 10 times. You get...
We have eyes on the bandit.
Remember, finger on the abort. Oh, getting hit right off the bat sucks, but nailing it with only taking 1 hit in return is great. I believe for each kill you gain 3% accuracy and 1% damage. At 10 kills you cap out the accuracy, but you continue to gain damage bonuses as you gain kills. And note that the damage that air weapons do is measured at like hundreds. The avalanche, I believe, does 250 damage, so 1% is not bad. The late game weapons do like upwards of 7 or 1,000 or something. Can't remember. Alright, we have a small crash in France, and I believe, yeah, we are loaded. We have 35 hours to blow, so we could wait for our command to come back. Which isn't a bad idea, as command are super good. That is, however, 36 hours that our people will not be on recovery. What part of it's early in the month? Often early in the month you do get some breathing room, although I know they jiggered with the timing of missions so that missions were more evenly distributed throughout the month, so that might not be true anymore. Might just be a feel. Let's see, engineering, 12 hours, I'll finish that motion tracker. And how long was it? 23? Remember, when you get the officer training school, to train an officer, they have to have gone 5 missions at their current rank. Which means that waiting for this guy has the benefit of stacking missions on him. I guess he already... Oh no, of course he doesn't qualify. He's only done 5 missions. But he'll be close. These guys... I think we'll be fine. A gunner... Keeping those outsiders under control is what's really important. So let's try and minimize, or let's get a jump on getting this fatigue done. Because if we wait till the end of the 35 hours, then that's a day and a half that could have been ticking off of fatigue timers. So let's try and take... Alright, so I'm going to point out that close encounters is perfect for clearing out outsiders. Definitely going to want a gunner, plus I want the missions stacked on Van Dorn so that he can become an officer. Sniper, sure, the sniper might level up. And everyone else, okay, that is it for the people that look like they're pretty much guaranteed to level up. So let's jump down to the next rank and see if anyone is ready to level up. It looks pretty much a no here. Let's bring this really fast Rocketeer. I believe, let's see, good aim, good health, movement, defense, poor. With speed like that, I think Grenadier is an excellent choice. So is Hammer. So this is the Hammer specialty. Let's go over these. On the left, we have the longbow, which is long-range, accurate rocket fire. You have snapshot, low profile, so that you can place yourself wherever you feel like, and still have nice high defense. Javelin rockets, which give you incredible range, and with incredible range comes incredible accuracy when you're not firing at max range. When you have javelin rockets, I think your range like doubles, and Of course, that means that at normal range, since your range is now doubled, at normal range you're only suffering half of the aiming penalties you were before. So that makes regular rocket placement a breeze, and with snapshot that means that actually up to like 1.5 times normal range after you move, you're doing great. These two together are very powerful, let you place rockets wherever you want. Shredder ammo, of course, gives you an extra shredder rocket. Does reduce your mobility by 1. I believe that is my mod's specialty. But that's what you get for carrying a shredder. When you shoot it, however, every time you fire a rocket, you become faster, thanks to Johnny Lump and the horrific weight of the rocket items. Mayhem adds some damage, Shock and Awe adds another rocket and reduces your mobility, but of course when you fire that rocket you get that mobility back. You do gain mobility every time you fire a rocket, no matter where the charge came from, so carrying rockets, having these abilities, every time you fire one you get faster. She's already incredibly fast. On the right we have the opposite. Instead of accurate long-range missiles and lots of them, we have incredibly massive explosions, heat warheads for that extra damage against mech, will to survive to protect you from your own explosions, as well as the enemies that you won't be as far away from because you don't have javelin. Extra conditioning so that you survive up close and personal, and spiked payloads, which is what I renamed tandem warheads. Basically, you do full damage to the whole area of effect, and since you took Danger Zone up here, that is a massive, massive damage boost, since anyone caught in the blast will suffer full damage. Also why it might help to have extra conditioning and will to survive. So the way the hammer works, besides having massive, incredibly deadly explosions, fire in the hole. Now this is key here. Grants +10 aim when firing rocket-type weapons as your first action, and it reduces rocket scatter. That's what +10 aim does for you, and increases blaster launcher range. So when firing is your first action, so the beauty of this is you can move and then hunker, or you can sprint into position, and then you don't have to steady aim before you fire. You can instead get +10 aim, which is half of your steady aim bonus, and take your shot. So this is the beauty that lets the hammer work. Fire in the hole is critical to getting off decent danger zone rocket shots without spending a ton of actions steadying aim. Now, since you can fire at extreme range with the longbow specialty, you can take your time and steady aim, or you might not even have to because you have snapshot. But to pack in all that damage, fire in the hole is the most efficient in terms of both time and perks to get your rocket where it needs to be. Then in the center we have a bit of an anomaly. Instead of going heavy into the rockets, we have the heavy grenadier. If the light grenadier is one of the command specialties, the heavy grenadier, or the vandal, starts off with grenadier, which gives you 2 charges per destructive grenade and increases your throw range by 20%, and goes immediately into sapper, which helps you do all of your weapons, rocket, the 1 rocket you get, all of the grenades you carry, and your primary weapon do triple damage to the environment. Plus your grenades and mines do 1 extra damage. Mines are for mechs. Then you get Sprinter to help you get into position. Another reason why speed is good for these Vandals. Avenger increases your rocket damage, your primary weapon damage, your sidearm damage, removes sidearm range penalties. It just makes you a better all-around soldier for when you're out of explosives or when you have them. It doesn't increase grenade damage, but it does just help you be effective. Resilience, so you can't be critically hit. You can of course sub in extra conditioning or mayhem if you're feeling like it, though mayhem won't affect your primary weapons. And bombard, lastly, to give you that range. Note that the light grenadier starts out with bombard, so there's good reason to go for either. With movement like this, hammer or Vandal is important. You don't need movement when you have incredible range. But to get those grenades where you want them, yeah. Also the high physical stats, defense and health, are a good one. Panicking is bad, especially if they're your hammer, but... so I think... with the pretty decent aim we have here, I'm really tempted to go with a hammer. Plus, I mean, the massive rockets can really save your ass. Although I really like Vandals because you can carry 4 grenades and a rocket right off the bat, which is just sick. Choices. There is some willpower involved with Avenger here. You can skip out on Avenger for will to survive. Heat Warheads also affects grenades, so you can swap Sprinter for that. Yeah, let's go with Grenadier. I tend to pick Grenadier first often, and that speed is just so good. Plus she's accurate enough that she can use decent other weapons. So Rocketeers rarely have time. Or room in their belt for anything except rockets. Skirmisher, ballistic rack. We can go with reflex. You're not weighed down nearly as much when you're not carrying extra rockets. The reflex rack is all around excellent. We can afford to wear the tag armor actually and still be quite speedy. Okay, you guys are all leveled up. And alright, we've got plenty of skilled soldiers. Let's bring a rookie along for the fight. This one will level up no matter what happens. And I would like a hammer rocketeer would be quite nice. I think that one looks perfect. Reflex rack for the damage, AP grenade, motion tracker, sleeper, shotgun. I did recently, of course this will have been before you see this episode, I did just buff heavy cannons with +6 aim, and the ballistic heavy cannon I swapped in one of its ammo conservation. It used to be 4 ammo base +2 for ammo conservation. It's now 5 +1, and the benefit of that is that you can now take extended magazines, which will let you have 6 ammo, which will let you suppress 3 times instead of just 2 before reloading. Let's look at where we're fighting before I decide. Settlement. 1 or more small structures. It'll be more important to suppress. Of course, with that weapon, we won't be needing the light machine gun. Let's put a medikit on him. And it looks like we are set. Okay, we've got her set up. This guy, incredibly low accuracy. We'll go with the skirmisher's rack for simple speed. And yeah, we'll just go for speed and grenades here. Got the general, got the sleeper, got the private. Sniper looks pretty good to go. Are we going to use marksman rifle? Yeah. After all the floaters we encountered recently, I definitely want the marksman rifle. And the sleeper with the shotgun and grenade. We don't have any cool equipment. Nope. Close encounters really makes me... Close encounters also works really well with the ballistics rack. If you're that close, you're almost certain to hit, despite having to move. And the ability to take multiple shots with a battle rifle is quite good. Note also, I've changed some of the weapon descriptions a little bit. Now, in this initial blurb, you'll see a deadly close combat load. Oh, I forgot to copy all the files over. Anyway, I changed it. There are now very specific weapon types that go right here in the first like 3 words between A and loadout that will be true across all tech levels. Basically, I just designated marksman rifles, all marksman rifles. All sniper type weapons are called long rifles. All assault rifles are assault rifles. This little puppy, the skirmisher ballistics rack, now says a personal defense weapon, which is a military industrial term. Anyway, let's do this.
We have visual on them.
Putting my grenadier in tack armor is probably probably a little silly because they do depend on placement to get into position. So I'm really limiting her options with that extra health, but she was just so fast I couldn't resist. I was gonna say low profile is always a good option. Okay, once again, our shotgunner can react best if anything pops up. Nothing did pop up.
Already there.
She does have a rocket. She's not just for grenades. Alright, since no one has popped up yet, we're gonna place this sniper. And we're gonna steady that weapon.
Double time it.
Put Van Doren somewhere where he can react to any enemies that pop up. Overwatch. And the rookies are not going to do anything stupid. Steady weapon because overwatching with the skirmisher's rack is just a waste of ammo. Alright, maybe we'll catch one with some... Oh, come now. With these guys, sometimes it's best to just, like, get that rocket out there. I suppose that's not necessary. It's really odd that he can't fire on these guys.
Sir.
Let's move him up.
Sir, I have visual on the object. Permission to approach.
Alright, we'd love to get that, but it probably has guards. There's usually a whole hod bag of aliens near it, and this one was quite far from it and roaming. So I'm gonna guess there's another alien contact waiting for me up here. And I'd like to crush these guys first. Now, to suppress or shoot, let's see if our sniper can target this guy. Since our sniper can target, let's go ahead and try and wear him down. We're gonna take this nice cover here.
Headed there now.
It would be totally awesome to land a grenade on these guys. Pretty sure they're both going to feel it. Note that 20% extra grenade range is great. And of course, wounded aliens are less effective. I also know exactly where they are. That's the only one I can hit, huh? And I'd get 2 shots, but I would prefer to actually... I think I've got the firing capabilities to take out this one up here. Coin flip for the kill. Let's try and take this one out. Another coin flip. Now there's a small chance I could be flanked by this other one. And we don't want that, so we're just gonna run and gun right up here. And if it is where the explosion said it was gonna be, yep, it's flanked and we can't miss. There is our promotion, just like we asked. And we're just gonna scoot this guy up into a nice tactical position, as we expect to encounter enemies somewhere around that meld. Now this is a crashed UFO, and sometimes they're a little light on troops. Okay, one thing I'll note, if you dash to a meld, you can't activate it. If you're out of actions, if you don't have one blue dot left, you can't activate it. Run and gun lets you activate it. If you've activated run and gun, you will still have one of your blue actions left before you overwatch or fire. So you can actually activate it, making run and gun really awesome for capturing meld. Okay, here we have high cover.
Heading to that location.
There's a chance that this position will be exposed on the left. Let's just get up here. This should be safe-ish. Oh god. Oh god, we're so flanked. Okay, we need to pin these thin men in place with Overwatch. And our rookie is just the man to die trying. Perhaps try some tie-dyeing. And Van Dorn is going to take this safe, but horrifically close to the enemy position because he's got a medikit. We just don't want these guys to move and flank our poor soldier up there by the tractor. So far so good. Acid is not us dying. It does ruin our aim, but one of the beautiful things about having a medkit. Are we going to take damage for that Overwatch? That would suck. Alright, 39% chance. Not so bad. Not so good either. Please don't be flanking my poor soldier. Okay, now here's our advanced fire control over. Oh, come on. This is bad. This guy might wreck our poor soldier up there. Went into Overwatch instead. And we're not flanked? Wow. Wow, impressive. Alright, it is most certainly time for this rocket. We're gonna fire right here. We're gonna pray for the best. Please don't hit my troops. That is acceptable. Alright. Rookie's first kill, right? Come on.
Guns dry. Adjusting sights.
Okay, we're gonna pull back. Note that we couldn't see the people in Overwatch, therefore they can't see us. We're just gonna hunker. If they're gonna chain panic, we want to save them for last. These are the two we're in range of with our marksman rifle, and our operator-iness compels us to take 2 shots at the harder to hit one, since that's what snipers are for. Plus, it'll be easier for someone else to take out the one that's exposed. Alright, note we have a med kit, so we're not going to take any damage. Our aim is pretty screwed. And we're steadfast, so we can't panic. What we're going to do here... Oh, I guess you can't even do that. Alright, this rookie's usefulness is pretty much null and void. We're gonna go ahead and take this shot. 77% sucks.
Negative.
Alright, this guy's gonna try it. Excellent. Rookie's first kill. There was his 1 point of damage. He didn't panic. These guys, on the other hand, probably did. We're no longer too worried about us being exposed. And if they both retreat, that'll give us time to let the acid wear off. To let the acid wear off. We're totally going into Overwatch. We're gonna nab this goodness. Ugh. I'll burn my running gun for you. This shotgun is not going to give us any kind of Overwatch that would matter. This guy needs to just hunker. The one way to avoid acid damage is to hunker, or use a medkit on yourself, or have a medkit, or other thing that provides acid resistance. Alright. She is just going to move where she can't be shot and reload, because there's no point in exposing her to that kind of harm.
Moving.
We're gonna hunker here. If we had fire in the hole, our accuracy would be great at the beginning next turn. This classy dude, Franjo Flipovic, is gonna reload because we're a little low on ammo. And his 12% chance, unimpressive. Is that a flank? It's a little close for my taste, but he must have dashed to get there. Obviously, that's a big fat dislike on the part of all of us. Still acided. Note that I've updated the acid description so that it tells you exactly what's going on.
In motion.
Nothing. This guy, no longer acided, so it's got a randomized duration. This character could, of course, wreck face with their shotgun, but that also would likely entail I can't believe he can't see them, as they can obviously target very close to him.
Got it.
Just gonna hide her up here. This guy desperately needs to reload. This heavy cover is good. It'll also probably taunt the acid spit, because while the Thin Men may not be able to, they don't have line of sight on this character. They don't know she's there. But I'm pretty sure when the AI is calculating area of effect attacks like grenade or acid spit, it does notice if acid spit centered on this character would affect another one, it'll know, and it'll prioritize that. Which is annoying, but hey. XCOM has plenty of other advantages, right? We'll see if we can destroy this this cover here, because that would be sick. No such dice. Let's stay on the high ground. Do we have height advantage here? Aiming angles? Oh, I see aiming angles. Fine, we're gonna take a pop shot here. Generally, just go for the most accurate. Whittling them, especially with red fog, whittling them down is kind of what counts.
Okay.
And we're just gonna hide from these aliens. They can do dumb stuff like run into our Overwatch if they feel like it. Or they can retreat. Like the alien pussies they are. Oh, that one heard me and doubled back. Now, there may be some Overwatch up in there. I think it's a little late. Okay, there is some outsider love. And by love I mean hate it. But, good news everyone. There's not much on the board right now. I would expect there to be another pod of aliens. Can't target the outsider just yet, huh?
On my way.
This tack armor makes this a very safe character to be up front with. Especially because we plan on suppressing the outsider. God, really? Okay, he's no longer poisoned, so his Overwatch will be moderately effective. Let's get more grenades up front. More attack armor. Pleasantly in the heavy cover. No point in trying to shoot it. We can't do enough damage. We can't do damage that won't be regenerating anytime, or far too soon, I suppose. Let's move here. Let's Overwatch. Overwatch damage comes after regeneration, plus it might take out this douchebag. It would be perfect if somehow we acided the outsider, but of course, that's mostly wishful thinking. Okay, the outsider decided to skip his turn because he is a jolly good fellow.
Affirmative.
He didn't even go into Overwatch. We have a 92% chance to crit here. It is a great opportunity, and we're going to put holo targeting on it. But then we have to give up suppression. But it will make, oh yeah, we're definitely doing that because it'll give our sniper. Sadly, we did not hit.
No joy here.
Happily, our sniper has 2 great shots thanks to double tap. We could have moved to a flanking position, but then we'd lose our double tap attack. And right now, if I can just finish this guy without ever getting too close to him, that would be very, very good. You can get some sick aiming angles here, right? Actually, we can almost land a grenade on it. And like I've said before, outsiders don't leave bodies, so no problem killing them with grenades. Generally, you lose the corpse. Perfect. exactly the amount of damage we needed.
Everything by the numbers.
And wow, 8 aliens, huh? We crushed that mission. A little bit of a scare with being flanked by those thin men, but our meager Overwatch somehow managed to keep them at arm's length.
Not a single casualty among the entire squad.
Wow.
That's
And
a solid effort.
remember, we were shooting this, but five level ups is pretty good. Alright. Nice little supply of stuff. Meld, 3 more damaged UFO components. Let's go ahead and sell those. We have not been racking up the UFO components, but cash is good. That'll let us buy a repair bay when this is done. We will have to build another fission generator before we can do anything after that. Except excavate, but excavating's fine. We do have a satellite on the way, so all of our capacity is ready to go, and we have taken over Russia, so we can finally train some infantry with that bonus hit point. And our roster's looking pretty sick, guys, just gotta say. Alright, well, that was quite fast. Let's see what the next mission's gonna be, and, well, that was fast.
Commander, we're receiving several urgent requests for
Okay,
assistance.
heavy
There are
abduction
abductions in progress at each marked site on the hologram.
in, dare I attempt to say this, Visakhapatnam, India. Man, alright. Abduction in 8 hours. I will note that our fatigue command only had 20. It's only been 2 hours since we sent our last crew out, and we just got our next mission. We could wait to get this Rocketeer back with us, which might be a good idea, considering we've only got 2 scouts. Oh, I don't know. These guys probably ready for it. Maybe I'll go ahead and get the crew ready. Where is this? Oh, at the waterfront. That's like the worst possible place. Floaters will tear you apart at the warehouse waterfront map, and the only other waterfront map I'm aware of is it's a council mission map that's long and fairly easy to deal with, especially if you have a sniper. What we're probably going to do is just exhaust these people that just got back from a mission, save ourselves, and we'll subtract the 5 days of fatigue from the 7 to 10 days they'll spend out, and it'll actually save us time overall, and other human resources, because this waterfront maps can be a little extra brutal, especially with floaters before you have great ways to deal with them. We're going to need smoke to ensure our safety, so no point in... oh no, I'm going to have to exhaust him. He's only got 20 hours left. Oh, that's the worst. We should make one of these babies into a command, so we can bring some smoke grenades for free without exhausting this poor guy. But yeah, these 3, they're coming with us, because yeah, things can be really brutal on a waterfront. Alright, that is it. I guess I'll take a second to talk about where my mod's gone recently. So as I mentioned, I standardized the type of weapons you have. Let's pop in here, take a look at them. First off, you've got light sidearm and heavy sidearm, whether it's the plasma pistol and the plasma mauler, or the ballistic pistol and the machine pistol. They're going to be, this is a light sidearm, this is a heavy sidearm. The sawed-off shotgun is a special extra heavy sidearm. Then you have the personal defense weapon. It'll say that right here at the beginning. It doesn't because I forgot to update my own game. but the files are currently updated. So personal defense weapon is the lightest and most mobility enhancing. Then the reflex rack is always going to be the assault carbine. The rifleman rack is going to be the assault rifle. Then there's battle rifle, marksman rifle. For snipers, there's the long rifle. Then there is the light machine gun and the heavy cannon type weapons. These, of course, aren't loadouts like the other ones. These are just big ass guns. But in every tech tier, you're gonna hear about these same things. And why do I need to refer to them in like a common way? Generally, it's because perks refer to them. Like Mayhem adds 4 damage to all long rifles and marksman rifles. Plus, it just helps give you a better idea of what they do. So there is that. I'm also looking for playtesters on the Long War forums, and if any of you guys want to write glowing reviews for me, I'll totally paste them there and try and sucker in some other people to testing my mod. Alright, that is plenty for one episode. Thanks so much for watching. We wrapped that up nice and fast. Apparently small scouts can land with only 2 pods in the Outsider, which is fantastic. And we crushed it. But now we have an abduction immediately afterwards. So, I will see you next time, and until then, game on.